Hey, how's it going, everybody? So I'm not really expecting a lot of people to show up here on this live, and so I'm not gonna wait until I get a few viewers or anything like that. It's the live. Please just catch me on the replay. If you missed the live, catch me on the replay. I want to leave this video up here for. I think there's a way to pin this to my page. So like that's gonna be one of the things that I at least try and do. And this video here is just about anybody that is capable or is willing or want to support the channel here that I'm running. Um if you've seen any of my content before, then you probably understand exactly why I'm saying this. So with content like the stuff that I normally post here on this channel, it's probably going to be like very difficult reaching a point in YouTube of being monetized and stuff like that. So like I've been on YouTube about like maybe I would say like maybe 5 years or something. And I am barely reaching 800 subscribers. So I wasn't going to start doing lives until I did reach 1,000 subscribers, but and that's because I thought that that's what I had to do. I really thought that you had to be at 1,000 subscribers to go live, but I found out that that wasn't the case. And I'm like, so I could have been doing this a long time ago. But most of the reason I just don't do it now is because I've been working on my podcast, and it has been a lot easier for me to get that to sound better, not live. Like if I actually have the ability to go and edit my audio later and stuff like that, like that's kind of hard to do live. But I just got this new program to where I can actually use my audio from that program as audio for OBS Studio. So hey, what is going on, man? So one of the things that I really want to talk about is that I have never had a donation link on my channel. Never, ever, ever have I done that. I never even wanted to do that. And the real reason I did not want to do that is because a lot of people put a bad taste in my mouth for it. Like honestly, like a lot of people have put a serious bad taste in my mouth for just having um like for having a lot of like evil ministries. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Them evil ministries where people misuse scripture to like to grow rich and all of that kind of stuff. And I said like the day I first started my channel, I said, you know what, I am going to personally finance everything, like all the equipment, all the everything. Like I'm a personally finance all of that, and that's just because of how I have seen a lot of people do ministry work. Ever since I was a child, I have seen a lot of people misuse scripture, misuse the fear of God. Um, like they wait until a certain type of music is playing in the background, and they talk a certain way, and they know, like, you know, that'll pull on people heartstring. And I see stuff like that too much, and I ask myself, like, how come it seemed like all the people that really don't, you know, like all the people that really don't edify people's spirit, or who's really not doing the true work of those high, it is so easy for them to receive donations. But then it's like, if you really want to actually be helpful to people, right? If you really want to give people knowledge they don't necessarily hear in a lot of these churches, it's almost like it's so hard to get people to want to support the work you do. And I know the real reason why. And the real reason why is because, first and foremost, the truth is not popular, first and foremost. Secondly, it becomes an attack of the enemy, because the enemy know that if he can make it hard to finance the work, then you can be busy doing everything other than doing the work of the ministry. And stuff like that has gotten to a point to where I find myself more busy with everything but this. And I'm sitting here looking at like I'm looking at the government misusing and weaponizing Christianity against people in order to make people become delusioned with Christianity, or not delusion, but disillusion, even though it is a delusion, right? I'm sitting here looking at a lot of false rapture prophets and things of that nature. I'm sitting here looking at like what's that one thing? The central bank digital currency. No, the digital ID. I'm looking at all these end time events taking place, each and every one of them. And like usually, like I would like to make content about everything I see happening all the time. Like I would like to just be ready and just available to just hit it. Like because it's some things people don't catch. It's some things a lot of people don't know is going on all the time. And that's what a lot of these platforms and channels are good for. Hey, how's it going, y'all? I'm just responding to the chat. It's a lot of things that a lot of our platforms are good for, because not everybody see everything at once. And it's always that one person who be like, man, I really need to make a video about this, because I don't think anybody really see what's really going on here. And then it's like I'm not able to really get around to it for like 3 or 4 days, right? Like 3 days, 4 days, sometime even a week. Like when the riots was taking place in LA, it took so long for me to really make content about it, because it was things going on with that a lot of people see, and people are every single day somebody else is falling for another delusion or another attack of the enemy, or like another trap somewhere. And if God called you to be a watchman on the wall, it's like it's so hard to not say nothing. Now, I'm not gonna make it sound like you're gonna want to talk about stuff all the time, because there's a lot of us like who got these platforms, and people refuse to touch on some things because they know I could be demonetized if I talk about that, or I could become a target if I talk about that. And there are things I talk about on this platform that could literally make me a target. And it's the real reason why some people would rather side with the beast and keep they million subscribers and $1 million a year and all this other stuff, than to just wake up and tell. And I have never shied away from telling the truth, even if I know it is not politically correct, or at least 50% of people that run across my video is going to disagree, all because they believed a lot of the lies in the media. A whole lot of lies in the media. Like when it come to those one people across seas, it's a lot of stuff with that people don't see or understand. Like there was lies that I have believed about them. If it wasn't for content creators, I would have never woke up to the truth about a lot of things, because I would have just went with everything that I thought it was, right? And so a lot of things like this has really been like, I don't want to say it's been the root cause, but it really do make it hard for my channel to grow. And I don't necessarily need my channel to grow. Like I just need to be able to always make sure that I'm available and always ready. But one of the situations I'm having is that a lot of times I'm fighting with always staying busy with everything else instead of just being thanks for yesterday. Like I don't know what people saying. Like I think I got a lot of bots in my chat. I think I got a whole lot of bots in my chat. And you want to know something? I'm gonna keep it real with a lot of bots in my chat. The simple fact that y'all are here leaving comments that have nothing to do with the subject matter, like you are allowing other people to be able to see this video. So like if you really don't want this, like if you don't want this video to go around, and like your best thing to do is to click off the video and not even leave a comment. But the more you bomb my chat with stuff that don't matter, and the more you leave inappropriate comments in my chat, the more somebody else is gonna see this video. So at the end of the day, I do want to say thanks, and y'all are not distracting me because I know how the algorithm work. But before I even get there, like one of the things that I do want to do is remove some comments that just ain't appropriate, right? So so I do got a new Venmo link if anybody do want to leave a donation to the channel. And all that's really gonna help me do is just buy back some of my time. As long as I can buy back some of my time, I can, but like I can actually be on this platform a whole lot more just working, like just working for whatever this is useful for, because we in the last days right now, are in the very last days, and there is one thing that Satan know, that's always going to slow down the work, and that's when it comes down to finances. As long as you can keep people busy doing everything but the work of the ministry, it's going to really slow a lot of things down. Like I'm not asking for people to leave $1,000 donations. Like I'm not asking for that. Like I'm not about to sit here and make it sound like I can't live without it. Because after all, I obviously got stuff I can do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I got too much else I can actually do, way too much. And I'm really not trying to do that all the time. All I'm just asking for is that the people who do enjoy the content, if you want to leave $5, a dollar, 50 cent, like I had a person not too long ago leave $100 donation. It was the first one I ever received, period. And I'm like, well, I didn't really need that much, but like I'm glad somebody actually seen it and it counted for something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that was one day, what, like last week. Um like that was one day last week that I was able to afford to I was able to afford to spend, not filling up all my time with all these different side jobs and things like that. After all, I do love my work. Like I love my photography that I do, and then all my other side jobs that I do a whole lot. So my Venmo link is Corey Lee Photo. Is CoreyLeePhoto. It's the same Venmo I use for my photography work, but um it's the at symbol and then Corey Lee Photo. So like if you see it, you're gonna see my logo, the Priesthood Media. And I'm getting ready to put all of my photography services underneath my new um my media company, because I'm starting a music studio, and it's not just for music but for podcast and audio stuff like that, like voiceover if somebody want to do audio books and all that sorts of stuff, and also for music as well. And then like all of my other like media stuff is going to be up underneath there. I'm trying not to live in the service business forever. because I got too many of my own passion projects that I have yet to be able to get around to. Because then next thing you know, like I end up getting on some job that take me way too long, and then next thing you know, like I don't even remember, like man, I was supposed to work on that documentary like last year, but then it's like, man, you got one thing after another thing, and like you was on that job for like 2 or 3 weeks, that job for 2 or 3 weeks kind of threw your head off, and all of these things have taken place, and you watching people every day fall for, like they just falling for lies and delusions, like the false rapture thing. I really wish that literally all summer I was up here warning people about that false rapture stuff that everybody believed. Like, do you not know how many people have lost their livelihoods over false doctrine? Lost their livelihoods over false doctrine. It's people that donate large sums of money to false doctrine. But the truth is like, it's hard to get people to support that for I don't know what reason. Like it's so many people that leave comments, and you want to know what? Like I'm gonna get to that part right there. Other forms of support. Like if you are like not in a position to leave a donation, like it don't gotta be every time I make a video. Like if you just want to donate $5 a month, right? Like I don't know if y'all know this, but the cost of living for me is not the highest, because I have found ways to dumb that down a whole lot. Um, like it's not necessarily the highest, but like if you just want to leave a $5 donation like once a month, like that's nice. Because like that eventually add up to stuff. Like it eventually add up to a new cable for a microphone. Um, man, I probably got like a couple $100 in just mic cables. Like honestly, and that's just cables. So but stuff like leaving comments. If you don't necessarily have a question, but like you can still leave comments. Like the comments you leave in the videos, it do help YouTube keep the videos circulating in the news feed for somebody else to come across it. If you enjoy the comment, just say, "Hey, thanks, bro," or um, like anything, right? I mean, because all forms of support, whether that's comments, likes, shares, donations, or just hitting the subscribe button, like that all add to stuff. In my videos, I hardly forget. I mean, like I always forget or hardly remember to ask people to, hey, make sure you like the video. Most of the time, a lot of content creators would not get as many likes on the video as they do if they don't say something, right? Because that it bring it to people's memory on how important that is because of the subject matter. The subject matter in and of itself is not favored by the algorithm. If I was here talking about Jordan tennis shoes, supercars, um, and celebrity gossip, like it'd be no problem getting that to circulate around the algorithm, man. But you talking about the Bible and end time prophecy and all this other stuff. Look, like the creators of these platforms, they not always the kind of people who are in favor of stuff like this. And that's when we really need to just reach out to people and be like, hey, like, can I please have y'all support? Like, if not subscribe to the channel, at least like the video. If you already subscribed to the channel and you like the video, just leave a thanks in the comments. Hey, thanks. as far as comments, sometimes I don't always get around to responding to comments instantly. And my reason for that is because I am a very slow responder with some things. And the reason why I am is because I be having too many different things on my mind for different reasons. Um and sometimes I'm not always in the state of mind that I would like to be in to have a permanent response to give somebody. Like somebody commented on a video I made and they talked about how because they're able to set their own hours is why they usually take the Sabbath day off work. I still remember that they said that. I still remember I have to respond to that comment. Like I don't just look at them and forget them. I remember the last comment I seen and what comments I have not said anything else to yet. And that's because by the time I do respond, I want it to be a helpful response or something that's worth your time if you took the time to read it, right? Sometimes I don't like to say stuff too soon because I had to learn my lesson from speaking too soon. Unless you have dealt with as many difficult people as I have dealt with, and I'm not saying that the people in my comments are difficult. Sometimes they can be. Like, like it just is what it is. Like you might have a cashier at the store that's difficult. It seems like everywhere I go, like you are not going to avoid some kind of misunderstanding, some kind of something. But I have had to learn to be slow to speak to people about stuff because in my position, if you are not clear enough about what it is you're saying, sometimes that can get misinterpreted for false doctrine, or it could get misinterpreted for trying to deceive people, or it can get misinterpreted as just anything, right? And like sometimes I have gotten so used to being slow to send text messages back or just anything like that, all because of the things that I have gotten used to over the years. And it is not the simple act of somebody leaving a comment in my YouTube. Like that's not like the thing that I'm saying. Um that's just the reason that I have developed a slow to speak mindset about some things, and I don't always got a comment to send somebody right back. Um, but even comments are helpful. Um, if you like the video, it lets YouTube know, hey, people are liking this video, and I I want more people on the platform, and because people are liking this video is the reason why I'm gonna keep circulating this video through the algorithm. But that's the real reason a lot of content creators say to like the video. It's not because they just like watching numbers pile up. No, it is because the algorithm is not always in favor of the subject matter or like the demographic that the subject matter is geared to. Sometimes it's seasonal, like they want to share more holiday stuff and less of everything else. And like it's a game that people are playing, and it's not because they just want to see 1,000 likes, all because they just want to feel like they're rich in numbers. Like that's not like the whole point of this. It helped their videos spread across the platform to people who are interested in things that you are interested in. If you got a few things about you that the platform know, like hey, they like soccer, they like the Bible, they like Dodge Chargers, they like microphones, and they are also a female. It's gonna take those 5 things it know about you and it's going to then share videos you like with other people that also match that description. And that's the real reason why everybody should like the videos that they actually do like. And I would even go as far as saying this, like, just get used to liking every video you watch. It support that person. Like, even if that one video that they made, it wasn't your favorite video, but you do still support that channel, just like the video anyway. Like, just do it anyway, because that also help that content creator grow. It is like, it's very costly to be here and grow a channel, because a lot of people don't think that it costs anything. And like, they don't think it costs anything because it's so easy to just put up your phone somewhere and just say something. It's not like that with channels like mine. Because if you here to serve God, right? First and foremost, I am going to be judged by everything I say. So every word that come out of my mouth is being written down about me, right? Secondly, equipment costs money. Like, I don't like making a lot of phone videos. Like, I like my videos to sound good. Sound good mostly. That's the reason I started working on the podcast, because like, I used to do a lot with my cameras and stuff like that. And this is my favorite camera right here, the Sigma FP. If you seen like most of my videos that you knew was done with something other than a phone, it was probably done with this camera. And I originally bought this camera for my channel. Um, like, I like them to sound good mostly, and that's why I just stopped recording with my camera and just started producing audio, because I just want to focus on what you hear. Because it's not what you see that matters with stuff like this. It's what you hear. If it looks good and have a bunch of special effects and a 10-minute intro and all of this other stuff, but yet it sound bad, then it's gonna be hard to want to sit and listen to. And like, they say this in a lot of um like, the name of the game for make movies, right? Because I studied like film production and stuff like that. Even if the movie looked low budget, it has to sound professional. If it looked professional and sounded low budget, nobody gonna watch it. Nobody. Because what you see, yeah, you can put up with what you see, but can you really put up with what you hear? No, because it'll make your ears uncomfortable. People gotta go back and be like, wait, what did he just say again? And it's like, look, above all things, it needs to sound good. And I can't even remember exactly why I even said that. Oh yeah, like, as far as it being costly, and like, a lot of equipment to make it sound good is not cheap at all. Like, it's really not cheap, especially if you do other things other than just make content. Um, like condenser mics, they can cost money if you want good ones. Uh, like, this is not like about some USB mic or something like that, because like, I'm trying to get things set up to where I got more than one guest at some point. And so I had to get four mics. Like, hey, look, like, I at least need four mics. And I got more mics than four mics. A lot of stuff was given to me by somebody. Um, but like, other than mics, now you need cables for the mics. Now you need preamps, actually music too. And got back into making music just this past February. So like a lot of the equipment I needed, like even outside of just YouTube. Like all summer, I spent all summer, and that's why I really haven't made a lot of content this summer, because I was working somewhere and that literally took my entire schedule. The entire schedule. Like I don't mind the work I do as long as I got time to do the work of the ministry. But some jobs don't give you that kind of time. It's like, no, you're either no, like I either want 12 hours or you can find somewhere else to go. And it's like, dang, like you don't get nobody no flexibility to do something different with their life but be here. Um, and so we probably got, I would say, just in equipment we had to grab this year. We looking at, let's see, and so I'll round this down to the nearest dollar. Like I'll round this down to the nearest whole dollar. Looking at 6, so what, 7 plus 6, just 13, 16, 18, 20, 22, and then what we at like mm, 22. So what we got like another 23. And then we looking at mics. So I bought two different mics. They were like 30-year-old mics I bought used, and I really love them to death. So we had 22. So we about at about 2,800 on just investments for this, like just this summer. And then like let's think about programs. So now we at around 3 grand or so, because you gotta consider software, plugins, and that's just on audio. Just on audio. Like that don't even touch camera equipment whatsoever. That's just audio gear just this year. Just this year. But just this year is the year I really started to get a lot of audio equipment because I wanted to start another studio. If I was just making content, nah, like I probably wouldn't have even gone that route. But because I make content is why I use it for content, and it sound a whole lot better. Um, and now like I actually got a voiceover studio and stuff like that, and I can start doing a lot of other things that can actually offer content that is a lot more helpful to people, like audiobooks and stuff of that nature. As far as camera gear, I'm not even gonna count that. I bought a lot of my camera gear during the pandemic, and I was at about 10 grand for that. Like honestly, like I was at about 10 grand for that. Like, and that was the first year the pandemic took off. Is like it was as soon as the pandemic happened is when God was like, I want you to get on YouTube. And I want you to buy your equipment for it. And then on top of that, I want you to do a lot of other things other than just make YouTube videos. They got a lot to do with that. I just can't talk about all of it right now. Oh, now there's one thing I can talk about because I want people to be on the watch for it, and that's audiobooks. I got one that I've been working on, and that take time. That takes so much time, but then it's like, well, man, you still got this going on, that going on, this going on. By the time you get done with this, bills will be due. Well, like I said, like I don't mind the work I do. Like the work I do, like I wouldn't do it if I ain't like it. If I didn't do nothing but the work I do, I would be fine. But because I also do this, and I've been doing this all this time, I never once asked for a donation. And that's simply because of pride. Like I really think pride had a lot to do with the fact that I never had a donate link, because I always said to myself, well, like I could finance this myself with my business. But then what about the fact that you got to be the one to do this? And then it's like every time you get so caught up with work, like a whole month to go by and you haven't even made a video. And stuff like that bother me. Like, I really did have to just recognize that as, bro, like, are you really just too proud to tell people, hey, like, I need y'all support because I don't have it. Like, I don't have it covered. All this time went by, I still ain't got it covered. I don't think I'm going to. Like, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that's going to happen. Like, I am so sorry. I really do need people's help and support. Like, if you just want to do $5 a month, hey, if 100 people did $5 a month, like, that would be great. Like, I've even gotten to a point to where I said, like, man, at some point, like, I really want to actually produce a couple of the movies I wrote down so far. Man, I'm gonna need millions for that. And then I say this to myself. Now, if I was one of them false prophets, that'd be real easy to do. And it's like, man, but do it gotta be that all the time? Sometime I think if you want to tell the truth, good luck, you on your own. If you want to tell lies, everybody's on board. Everybody. But do it really gotta be like that though? Honestly, like, do it really gotta be that way? Dead serious. I had a movie I was working on with my daughter. I was never able to get around to finishing it. Just never. Like, a lot of it had to be saved for another day, and primarily because the footage we did do, that was just practice day. And we never got around to doing the real shoot. Why? It has a whole lot to do with always just being busy with everything but this. Always. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the real reason I'm here. Like, if you want to support, I would greatly appreciate it. If you don't want to, it's probably because you're not interested in this subject matter anyway. And that don't mean you and and that don't mean that's why you don't want to. Like, maybe it's just because you don't know me, right? Like, maybe because you don't have it like that. If you don't have it like that, I fully understand. Like, I can literally make my own money. Look, like, I am not a stranger to hustling up some dollars, bro. Like, I'm just not. I just know the importance of being more focused on this. And just because I am focused on the work of the gospel, it don't mean that God is always going to find a way to have things covered and paid for, especially if you're just too proud to ask for help because you don't want to look like a prosperity gospel dude. Like, I watch people like Dodash always trying to pull on people's heartstrings for money, and I'm like, see, that's why I don't got a donation link on my platform. Like, maybe one of these days I might get monetized and I won't have them problems. It's like, but like, it is a biblical thing for people to donate to what they support to. Like, just because people do it wrong, it don't mean it can't be done right. And all these years, I always just said, no, I'm gonna stay away from that. But now, like, I'm at a point to where I just can't live like that no more. Like, I just really can't. And then another thing too is, well, you know, God blesses people that blesses other people. That's a biblical thing. If you sow sparingly, then you will be rewarded sparingly. If you sow bountifully, then you will be rewarded bountifully. Like, it's still God's principles. Like, you know, like, just because people misuse it don't mean that God has revoked his praise. I mean, he ain't gonna take nothing back because the devil got a hold of it and misused it. It's still the way it worked. Honestly, it still worked that way. Like, how come you think people who even sow money into a lot of false churches are always blessed? Yeah, because God honors that. even if they don't know that that's a false church. Now, it's going to be a point in time when you start to see, like, wait, am I financing hypocrisy? Like, stuff like that. As soon as you start seeing that kind of stuff, then you like, okay, man, all right, so I got some decisions to make here. All right, I got some decisions to make here. Like, now I didn't put all this money into this tithing doctrine, and it's a false doctrine. And it's like, yeah, now, like I was honoring your, I was honoring your giving heart, but now you can see the truth. And now you got to ask yourself, are you just being stupid at this point? Right? And is a false doctrine, like principle, but the way it's used today is a false doctrine. Maybe I should make episode 23 about that, because that has been a topic to me that is like beating a dead horse. But it's somebody else in this world that don't know that. Somebody else in this world that don't know that. But to me, it's like beating a dead horse. I see a video about the tithing doctrine. I'm like, yeah, that's old. But somebody else just getting free from that. Like, I just gave these people $10,000 just last month, and you mean to tell me they use the fear of God to take money from me that I actually needed? It's like, yeah, like that's what they did. Like, you really could have kept that. But like, honestly, like half of that money could have been 8 times more helpful if it was given to somebody like me. Half of it, and you could have had like a whole 5 grand in your name. Like, honestly, like, look, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, man. Like the stuff that I really have in the works, I need like tens of millions of dollars at some point in the future. Now, the thing I really want to do is, because I am going to be starting a new service-based business at some point. I really still do want to finance all that personally. I really do want to do that. Like, honestly, I mean, because there's just no way, none, no freaking way. Like, I'm not trying to drive a Gulfstream jet. I don't need nobody to help me buy a Cadillac. Like, I don't even have a car. Like, honestly, like I really just don't. Like, if I did, you know what I'd do? I'll still be sitting here in front of a camera most of the time. The only thing I need a car for is getting to my side jobs, my photography gigs. Like, I don't really need other like other than that. I mean, like, unless one of my kids need to go somewhere. Like, I don't need nobody buy me an airplane. I don't need a 10,000 square foot mansion. Like I don't need that. These are the last days. There's no sense in hoarding wealth in the last days, honestly. So, other than that, I think I really said everything that I needed to say. So like, if somebody want to be a blessing, it would be greatly appreciated. Because sometimes I might even find myself in a position where, like, I actually got money to make, but because I spent all week making videos, I don't even have money to put into the supplies that I have to make the money with. It's like, oh, what the heck? Like, oh man, I just really set myself up for that one, didn't I? Like, I should have took that one job yesterday and then stuff like that. But like, I really, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know how many good ways to say I need y'all's help. Like, I really do. If I never get it, I hope God figure out a way at some point in time. If I do get it, I will be grateful. Honestly. Like, I'm not promising that God is gonna do something magical in your life. Look, like, I ain't got no promises to make. All I can say is that God know your heart, and he do bless people that bless people. Like, I'm not trying to say, oh, my rent is, don't do this, I'm deleting my channel. Look, like, I'm not them people, man. Like, I was homeless still making videos. A lot of y'all didn't know that. I was homeless still And like this was back in what year? Like 2022, something like that. I was homeless, still making videos. Nobody even knew. Not one person. In fact, I have been homeless multiple times since I've been on YouTube. Nobody knew. Not one person knew. Like you probably couldn't have told. It's like, man, this guy's man, he's got so much joy behind what he's doing. I would have never guessed he was homeless. Like you probably would have never knew that. Like, what the heck? Look, like I'm gonna go back to one of my videos I did, and I'm gonna go back to the time period I was homeless. Right? I'm gonna go back to the time period I was homeless. This was okay. Wait, let me wait for my computer to turn on here. Sweetwater logo. Man, Sweetwater is the best. Let's see. All right, so let's go back to that time period. All right, so I know around that time, and this was the time I lost everything too, like literally, like I lost my business and everything. I literally lost everything, bro. And it was around this time, and this wasn't the first time that happened to me. Um, Time does not heal wounds. November 2022. Like you go back to November 2022 on my channel, I was homeless around that time. But like honestly, like I really was. Let's talk about some great end times deceptions. I think I was even homeless again around that time. So it pretty much happened like twice, almost. Like I never asked nobody for a handout. You know why I never did? Because I'm not afraid of working. But like I don't got nothing against working, but my thing is this now. Always never making enough time for the content and the work of ministry is becoming a big problem. And so like even if I never get the support, I still make a way to make it happen. Like at some point, some shape, form, or fashion, like it'll still happen. But all I'm really just saying is like if you do want to be a blessing, it would be greatly appreciated. So other than that, man, I am getting ready to get off of here. And so y'all have a pretty good day. I got another video I'm supposed to be putting out sometime tonight about what was it? Oh, the digital ID. Yep. And so y'all have a good one and thank y'all for watching. Like the video. If you see the video, just like the video. Please, 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 please. I need to make sure I say this all the time because people would do it, but sometimes they don't think about it all the time, and that's understandable because I consume content too. Like I probably watch more YouTube than y'all do. We live on YouTube day and night, but like I got reasons for why I watch a lot of YouTube because I listen to a lot of Bible-based content, and it helped me keep my mind focused on stuff. But other than that, y'all have a pretty good day. I'm about to get on off of here, so peace.